Every day, a digital library in Bexar County is changing people's lives. Some are earning a high school diploma, others are learning new skills. Some are preparing for careers they never thought possible. This is Bibliotech, and on this episode of Everything 210, we're going inside the nation's first all-digital public library to see how it's redefining what a library can be.
For some people, the biggest barrier to education isn't motivation, it's access. Whether it's a lack of internet, transportation, or affordable programs, those challenges can make it hard to move forward. Bibliotech is working to change that.
What makes us unique is that we are not your quote-unquote traditional library. As opposed to going into a library, we see stacks and stacks of books and vinyls and DVDs. We're bookless, right? Our resources are found in the cloud, as we say. They're digital resources.
But Bibliotech is more than a digital collection. Its locations give residents access to computers, tablets, MacBooks, and Wi-Fi hotspots, along with free programs designed to remove barriers.
But also just providing them with an opportunity to connect and be citizens of the digital age. It's really important for them to see that the landscape is changing in the digital world, and we are that educational institution to be able to educate them and coach them and guide them to get them through that and just be citizens of the digital age.
Since opening its first location on San Antonio's South Side in 2013, the library has continued to grow as technology evolves.
That has been what we call our flagship, our pillar location. I think it's helped residents to see public libraries for their potential and as more than just what your traditional library is.
The work doesn't stop inside the library. From story time that helps young children build early literacy skills to digital literacy classes for older adults, Bibliotech serves residents at every stage of life. It also partners with organizations across Bexar County to bring technology and education directly into the community.
The landscape is constantly changing. We're seeing a lot of these data centers popping up and a lot of opportunities for people to learn more about technology as a whole. So we certainly hope to fill those gaps and provide them with those educational opportunities.
But for many adults, the first step isn't learning a new skill. It's finishing high school. According to information obtained by Bibliotech, about 13% of adults in the county don't have a high school diploma. Through its GED program, the library is helping residents take that next step.
We think it was important to offer these educational opportunities to community members in the simple sense that a lot of them, it's out of reach, whether it's lack of transportation, it's a funding thing for them. We wanted to provide them the opportunity to have something to fall back on.
Bibliotech partners with Toyota to help cover the cost of GED testing, removing one of the biggest financial barriers for many participants. Since the beginning of the program, more than 3,500 people have passed the GED test through Bibliotech. But staff say the biggest success stories aren't measured in numbers.
Maybe they couldn't make it that day. Maybe something happened in their family and they had an emergency. We allow them the opportunity to retake these tests and to have the opportunity to graduate, right? They may not have gone the traditional route, but now they have an opportunity to seek courses outside of high school, whether it's starting community college, at the university level, or even in the trades world, right? So it's important for us to be able to provide those educational opportunities to the community.
For many, earning a GED is just the first step. The next is building a career. That's exactly where Luis Martinez found himself.
I'm a student in the Fast Track program. It's a 10-week course, so it collaborates with a lot of other programs like the Bibliotech, and then we have other like Project Quest as well, so they really try to take care of us here.
The program blends classroom lessons with hands-on training, giving students the chance to learn by doing. It's an approach Luis says has made all the difference.
We get the day started with initial meeting. They talk about what we're going to do that day, and then we'll have book training. We'll get real in depth in some knowledge regarding the trade, and even on the side of engineering things. Even though we're more manufacturing and to be a technician, But after that, we'll head out into the classroom, into the lab, and we'll do a lot of hands-on training. And that's where the instructors really come in and they either not lead us astray, but they'll let us make mistakes, and then we'll fix those mistakes, and which is really enriching,
That real-world experience has given him the confidence to take the next step.
After this program, I feel very, very comfortable. I feel ready to step into the plan. I'm ready to just get what they've taught me here and bring it into there. It's a little stressful, of course, but I'm definitely like able to. I feel confident that I can, and I can adapt as I've adapted here.
Just as important, Luis says the program removed many of the financial barriers that can keep people from pursuing a new career.
This was super helpful. So there was nothing out of pocket. Like we didn't have to pay anything. Like we applied, and it wasn't a super strenuous process to like actually get into it. Like we had to put our foot in the door, of course, and like show that we did want to like do it. But other than that, like they've like all the other programs they've collaborated with, like they've really helped us. Like say Bibliotech and Project Quest, like they'll give us like options to sign up and get, like Project Quest gives us uniforms and like boots, and then Bibliotech has given us like the library database, and they've also given us the OSHA 10 training. So it's been really great.
He says the resources and support available through the program go far beyond expectations.
All the instructors, they really care about us. Like they make sure that we're always taken care of, whether it be just getting snacks in the fridge in the morning or like needing a ride to the school or anything. Like they'll do anything for us, and they make sure that the other programs also reflect that in terms of like Bibliotech giving us access to like a Chromebook or a hotspot. Like we're able to rent it out for free. Like they just helped us out with that so we can actually complete our OSHA 10 certification. And on top of that, OSHA 10 has a fee on top of it. So even then, we didn't have to pay that either. So it's just, everything's super accessible to us, and it's the instructors that really like make it happen. Like they really do care about us. We have personal like one-to-one with all of them.
For Luis, the goal is now simple. Take what he's learned and apply it to the workforce.
A big part of this program is they want to make sure we have just an slight advantage over, like, say, other people that would apply to the same job. And even if it's just like a tiny bit, that makes a world of a difference. You know, if somebody looks at your resume, so getting that OSHA 10 certification, like, I'm gonna have that on my resume, and you know, they're gonna see that I'm really focused on what I want to do, and like I want to commit to where I'm going. And like, you know, pretty much everywhere is gonna, like, they require that OSHA 10, so I'm already just ahead of the game.
Luis is one story, but at Bibliotech, there are hundreds more like it.
And when we finally provided the scores to her, she was super excited. She started crying, and she gave me a hug, and she thanked us for giving her the opportunity. She said it was so meaningful because she had promised her daughter that they would graduate together. So while she was gaining her certificate, her GED certification, for passing those exams, her daughter was also graduating from college that weekend. So it was like a serendipitous moment. It was full circle for her and her family, and like, it made me tear up too, right? I think about how I grew up and the opportunities that I didn't have and how hard it was for me and my family. So it really was full circle for me as well.
For many, those moments start with breaking down barriers that go beyond the classroom: cost, access, and opportunity.
We are strategically located in humble communities across Bexar County.
At Bibliotech, that work comes down to one thing: making sure people have a chance they didn't have before.
But when we get to know these individuals and we hear their story, we really know that what we're doing is important, it's meaningful, and it means a lot to them. So,
at Bibliotech, the future of learning is already taking shape. It doesn't always look like a classroom, and it doesn't always look like a library, but it is changing lives across Bexar County, opening doors to new opportunities and new futures that start here. For Everything 210, I'm Darcy Ramirez.